Peace, peace, peace to everyone. I told you guys I will be jumping in here and there right now with all of this distraction going on. I wanted to definitely hop on and conversate a bit about some of the distractions. So we're going to start with this. I'm going to get right into it because I won't be too long. Um, I'm going to listen to what Sheriff Judd had to say about, let me see. It's muted. Yeah, my sound's muted on here. Hold on.
Have y'all heard that? There isn't a border crisis.
Wait a minute.
I say BS politicians. Some of the elites are telling us every day, and they're saying this often enough, hoping we'll believe it. What they're saying is they tell us there isn't a border crisis. Have y'all heard that? There isn't a border crisis. I say BS. So I've got a BS flag. So I throw the BS flag on that. Then they tell us the border is secure. BS. It's not secure. Then they tell us, oh, the illegal immigrants that are here aren't committing crime at any greater rate than American citizens that commit crime. Well, listen, if they weren't here, they couldn't commit any crime, right? They're committing hundreds of thousands of crimes, and that's just the ones we're arresting them for. So I throw the BS flag on that.
I got a couple of these things I want you guys to see real quick. This is like a few things going crazy. And I'm going to show you why they keep distracting you guys, and I'm going to get into the conversation. But I want y'all to just check out a couple of these so y'all understand what I'm talking about. Mm. What happened? What happened? It switched. Oh, it didn't switch. Hold on, guys. My bad. I switched it. I switched the tab, and I did not. Okay. Let me rewind it, and let's start that over. Let's go.
Well, let me introduce you to what I consider a high-profile arrest. This is Deputy Chief Jason DePrima of the Cartersville Police Department. As I understand it, after talking to his chief, he's been there almost 30 years, graduate of the FBI Academy, well-respected police officer in town. Did you notice I said in town?
Mm-hmm.
But he was out of town. That's right. He was at an American Polygraph Association meeting in Orlando, Florida. Let me say this clearly. I don't want you to miss it. Driving an unmarked vehicle that was normally assigned to the DEA task force, meaning their officer assigned to the task force would have driven this vehicle. But apparently his vehicle was not so good to make the trip, so he's in one of the undercover vehicles. When he shows up at our undercover operation in the government vehicle, carrying alcoholic beverages, apparently some Bud Light for
Good old
himself
officer.
and White Claw for our undercover operative. That's right. He bought a case of White Claw because she said she would like it. So ostensibly, this guy has come to have sex with a prostitute while driving the Cartersville Police Department undercover vehicle.
You hear this?
And he was in possession of alcohol, which, of course, had we not intervened, he would.
We don't care much about the story. I
that,
just want y'all to see what was
engage in
going on.
sexual
Let's move
conduct,
on. I'm going to go to the
and
next one
ultimately get in his government vehicle and drive back to his hotel.
because I'm not even that
But
interested. I
newsflash,
just want y'all to see what these people doing.
this is
Check this out.
Jason
Let's
DePrima.
go here. Who cares? Who cares about Jason perverted ass? But as you see, driving a police vehicle, right, to go meet with a prostitute that he enrolled online, like the nerve of these people. Now, the perversity of them is one thing, besides the demonic behavior that they got in anyway, like seriously. But let's go. This is just a tip of the iceberg. I want you guys to see some of this stuff going on.
Make this happen. And
Listen
what
to this one.
is, and I want everybody to see it clearly, federal policy drives illegal immigrant crime and victimization.
Oh my gosh. This is
And
this
that's the focus,
right here.
other than our victims of human
Yep.
trafficking. Listen,
Listen to
folks,
this story. This
I
gonna be
want to introduce you to Andres Gill. Okay. Here's this guy. He's also on this board, but get a look at him for a second. He came down here from New York with 3 females.
Make sure you
All
hear
of
this
them are
story.
in the country
Listen to
illegally.
this is
Did you hear
crazy.
what I said? They're all here illegally. He's the one that comes with them to drive them. These ladies are all controlled by a human trafficker. We think their human trafficker is a female. She sets up their appointments. She puts their ads online. She tells them where to go. And by the way, on Friday, the victims of human trafficking, and we've grayed them out, 3 of them that are here illegally from Venezuela, 3 of them have to pay her $3,000 a piece on Friday, or else they're threatened.
I want y'all to listen closely to this freaking story. Pay very, very close attention, right? The illegal immigrants, they have a flight that they can take anywhere. They just traveling all over to go where? To these trafficking rings. Who's funding it? The government. Why do you guys think they brought all these immigrants in? Not only just to try to take your land, not only just to fight against you, but also for the trafficking, guys. Remember, they got shut down. So because they got shut down, and a lot of these people already went through trial, a lot of them already have been executionized. They got these actors out here portraying themselves as these people. I know y'all believe it. I'm going to still tell you anyway, whether you like the truth or not. They have these actors portraying these people, but they've already faced their trials, most of them. Some of them are still going through trial because they haven't had enough time. You know how many people have been arrested? So when it comes to distractions, let's talk about this Puffy real quick. I'm going to get right back to it because that's what this is about. That's the distraction. Oh, this pervert. Oh my gosh, this man, he's horrible, freak, weirdo, what all the stuff he is accused of. I wasn't there, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure. I've been hearing this all the time. But when it comes down to it, it's a distraction, from a lot of other things going on. Now, listen to this story when I get into it. Y'all not gonna believe this story. You are not gonna listen. Listen, I'm finna put it in the chat. That's how serious it is. You are not. You are not gonna believe this story that I have been telling you about these damn people from this judge, not judge, from sheriff. What's his name? What's his first name? Damn, it's something Judd. Sheriff Judd. I'm just put Judd. Judd is his last name, but I can't recall his first name. Okay. Now, keeping in mind, salute, XX. Salute, Haru. Peace, brother. Much respect, much love, and respect to you for sure. Now, check this out. Now, listen to this. Listen to this story, but listen to what I'm going to tell y'all real quick. Keeping in mind, like I said, they're bringing all these immigrants in because of the trafficking. Remember, every time there's a crisis, there's always something with the kids. So the kids going to be missing, blah, blah, blah. That's going to be another story soon. You're going to be hearing the stories about, oh, we came and my child was this and this, and I don't know what happened, blah, blah, whatever. A lot of these people are going to be trafficked. Not to say that whatever about the kids, but I'm telling you, just y'all know this story because this ain't the first time. We've heard this how many times? Like when they went to Haiti, they did it. They came over here, they did it. And at the border, they did it. Now they have another border issue. Y'all don't think it's going to happen again? I mean, come on. Let's make perfect sense of this because y'all have common sense. I hope you need to start using it before it just really goes to waste. But either way, when it comes to it, right, these people are bringing these immigrants here because of the trafficking. He's going to confirm this story for y'all. And now watch what I tell you. I've been telling you guys how they're broke basically. This is why they're trying to manipulate, steal, use and abuse, use the system to get whatever they can, so on and so forth, because they don't have anything. Their accounts have been frozen. These people broke millions and billions of dollars that they have had, that they have been using and transferring through sex trafficking and through the black market and wiring. All this stuff has had to come out and trial. You know, some of them still had some stuff that they probably had hidden, of course, on overseas accounts or whatever. But most of their big funds is gone. It's a wrap. So they have to find ways to secure money. So now they have these crises that they're fulfilling. You heard what he just said. He just showed y'all what was going on in Mexico. He told y'all that the federal government is not doing what they're supposed to be doing. That's because what? They're doing other things, bringing people in illegally for trafficking. Listen to this dang story. Y'all not going to believe it. Here it go.
So they're not free. They're really indentured.
Mm-hmm.
And they're quote unquote paying off their
The
debt.
election itself was distracting.
Now, here's what they told us. All right. I'm sure the federal government will verify that this is not true, but you decide who you want to believe, whether you want to believe these victims of human trafficking or the whitewash the federal authorities give you. They said that when they came into the country illegally, DHS gave them a form,
an
ID, paperwork that allows them to fly for free.
Wait a minute. Did y'all hear that? When they came into the country illegally, illegally, the cold word, if they came illegally, how are they able to go to the Department of Human Services and get some damn flight attendant cards and all this? Y'all, please listen. Listen. Only if it's low. Oh, man, I got it up as high as it can go, brother. Let me see. Maybe I have the thing. Let me check the screen. Let me check it. Check the volume thing. Yeah, the volume is all the way up. See? The volume's all the way up. And I have mine. I'm going to turn it up to 100. But it's all the way up. Probably because it's TikTok and it's playing from the window and not my computer. Sorry, it's low, but can you hear it? I hope you guys can hear it. I'm going to try and play it again. Maybe it's my talking. But listen to this. I'll give description. If you can't hear it, let me know in the chat again after it starts playing.
Southwest would let your bags fly free. Well, the federal government will let you get him for a second. He came down here from New York with 3 females. All of them are in the country illegally. Did you hear what I said? You're all here illegally. He's the one that comes with them to drive them. These ladies are all controlled by a human trafficker. We think their human trafficker is a female. She sets up their appointments. She puts their ads online. She tells them where to go. And by the way, on Friday, the victims of human trafficking, and we've graded them out, 3 of them that are here illegally from Venezuela, 3 of them have to pay her
slavery. That's not slavery. Was the original commerce.
Or else they're threatened. So they're not free. They're really indentured.
You're being
and they're quote unquote paying off their debt. Now here's what they told us.
Listen.
All right. I'm sure the federal government will verify that this is not true, but you decide who you want to believe, whether you want to believe these victims of human trafficking or the whitewash the federal authorities give you.
Can you hear it now? I'm not getting a response. You said it's low. I'm asking you guys, can you hear it now? Is it better? Is it better? Yes, that's true. Is it better? Is the sound better? Because I want to make sure you guys are hearing what he's saying. And just to clarify, he said that the Department of Human Services is giving them free flights. Right? They have a trafficker, the human trafficker. At the end of the week, they have to give them $1,000. No, $3,000 Okay, but you can't hear it. Okay, listen, y'all. This is like absurd. It's another part to this too. That's crazier. But let's go.
They said that when they came into the country illegally, DHS gave them a form, an ID, paperwork that allows them to fly for
You
free.
only have to play it on the Bluetooth.
You
Yeah.
know, Southwest will let your bags fly free. Well, the federal government will let you illegal immigrants
You
fly free.
hear? They said that the federal government will let your illegal immigrants fly free. Is this crazy or what? Listen to this.
And they operate out of New York. And they were working up there, and the New York authorities said, hey, if you don't have identification, you can't work in our sex trade up here. You know, we don't allow sex trade here at all, but New York will allow you to do some stuff if you got the proper authority. So they say they make a lot of money. They're addicted to it. These ladies are going to give you more details. They tell us that they fly to major metro centers for free on the federal government, where they set up their appointments for sex all around the country. Did you hear what I said?
Did you hear what he said?
Listen, folks, if they don't pay 3,000 a piece on Friday, they're in trouble. The human trafficker sets up the
3,000.
deal. Hey, this deal is just outside of Tampa. They say they show this ID, this card, this paper, they fly for free down here. Then they fly back. But we heard a similar theme from all 21 of these folks.
Not just
We
them
can't
three.
work legally. We're addicted to this cash. It's a lot of cash and it's quick. So we have to give 3,000 a week. We get to keep everything above that. We have a crisis at the border.
You did it.
And because of the crisis at the border, we have people that are victimizing illegal folks, forcing them into the.
Did you hear this? This is slavery, guys. Indentured slavery, servitude, sex trafficking. It's all the same thing, like the brother put in the chat. The same as commerce. It is all commerce.
The sex trade, because we allow these criminals in the country illegally. We all rail about this and nobody pays any attention. And then we want to politic everything. Oh, we had a good piece of legislation that limited the average to only 5,000 illegals a day in the country, and then we can shut it off. Well, if you can shut it off at 5,000 people illegally coming in this country a day, you can shut it off at no people illegally coming in this country a day.
That part.
But the politicians are politicking while the victims are being victimized.
Oh yeah. Wait till you hear this one. Hold on. It gets even crazier, believe it or not. It gets even crazier. Make sure the sound is up. It's all the way to the beginning. Okay. Now, this is also this is part two, basically. What you guys were just looking at. This is part two of what was going on with those people. Remember, keeping in mind the sex trafficked people, all those people that were sex trafficked, they were in different places. You remember it was three people at first. Then they got the other people. So these are people that are in different parts of the country. And it's the same thing going on. Department of Human Services, they're getting the flight. They are all being sex trafficked, coming from these countries, the illegal immigrants. Only the illegal immigrants are the ones that they're catching doing this. The illegal immigrants are the ones that are being sex trafficked now. Listen closely. Uh-oh, military. Mm. Shit. Mm. And just to clarify, if you can't read this, it says Sheriff Grady Judge. His name is Grady Judge. I can't remember his first name. Sheriff Grady Judge gives the update on the trafficking bust after 228 people were arrested. 228 people were arrested on March the 5th of 2024. We're talking about 2 weeks ago, guys. We're not talking about something from last year. This is 2 weeks ago, right? Now, nurses, LEOs, military, teachers, coaches, and illegals among the 228. So listen up, listen real closely. You didn't hear too much about this, but they show making broadcasts about P. Diddy. Like somebody cares about this pervert. They've been knowing that for years. They were covering up. After this next video, before I get into the rest of this, I'm gonna show y'all why they on Diddy ass. I'm gonna show y'all where Diddy screwed up at, y'all. Watch this. But listen.
No, I take that back. He resigned before we got around to firing him. And then we arrested him again on February the 23rd. So on the 9th, he got arrested in Orange County and resigned. On the 23rd, we arrested him again. And he said, hey, is this a felony now that I'm arrested the second time? He didn't pay attention in the police academy because he hasn't been convicted yet. So while we were interviewing him, and we go, like, dude, what are you doing? You went from being a stellar employee to committing morals crimes, and it's 2 in a month. He said, I got a problem. No kidding. You got a big problem. Then there's Alex Everett. He's 34. He says he's on disability. He doesn't work. So that we're paying him to do things like have sex. He called it a quick visit. In his car, we found cocaine, fentanyl, cannabis, a gun. He picked up an armed trafficking and cocaine and fentanyl charge in addition to his misdemeanor soliciting charge. Oh, he's got a criminal history of robbery, fleeing, armed trafficking, and he spent 8.5 years in prison for some of those violent things. He says he's on disability. He's not disabled, folks. He's able to commit crime. And if you're able to commit crime, you ought to be able to go to work. He just doesn't like to work, obviously. And then there's Joseph DeBello. He's 46. He's from Wildwood. He's married. He's a plumber. He also said, let me see if I can find it here. He also said that he's a pagan. He's a member of an outlaw motorcycle group. Now, he said a lot of things, you know. They said he, by the way, he was super nice. He's a relatively new member of the pagans. And he explained all of this. He was very proud of his outfit. They call it colors. See, we asked him about this, and he said, well, because I have this safety pin here, we thought maybe it was for big underwear or something. He said, when you have it like this, you're sending a message to all the other different motorcycle gangs that you're just passing through and you're peaceful and you don't want any problem. So he had his diaper pin, so he didn't want any problems, but he got problems. But he told our undercover, you see, there's rules about this jacket. The rule is that, well, no one is supposed to touch this jacket. Okay, but remember, you see, no one. And you must turn the jacket inside out to hang it up. We chose not to do that too, why we're not touching it. He said that his wife was going to really be mad. And he used other words. Well, we called her. And guess what? He was right. She was really mad. And I bet the pagans were really mad. Because, see, he's not been a member but just a few months. And here, now he's disparaged them. And the cops have one of their jackets. And they've been handling it. And, you know, we didn't hang it up backwards or any of the other rules that they have. But, hey, Joseph, I don't know how well you do plumbing business, but you don't do very well at following the rules with your outlaw motorcycle. I'm going to go over this really quick. These two guys are brothers. Omar 16, Caleb 17. They came down from Wesley Chapel, which is in Pasco County, and guess what? They came down to rob us. at 16 and 17. We saw them slinking in the hallway, listening through the door. They set up the deal, but it just wasn't right. They were dressed all in black. They had their face covered. And when we took them down at their car, they had a BB gun that looked like a real gun. That could have gone really bad for them. But instead, they're just charged with soliciting and
telling the truth
and a bunch of other stuff.
We about to,
by the way, they have a criminal history for burglary and larceny out of Hillsborough County just recently. We're going to see how the system deals with it.
Including teachers, and everything, like literally. Now check this out. I want to remind you guys. I don't know who's familiar with this. Do you guys know that Diageo settled the legal dispute that Diddy had going with them over the spirits brand, that liquor, the Ciroc, that everybody thought that he owned, but he didn't own. It was funded by the Rockefellers and another famous horrible group that we know. I can't think offhand, but these two funded it. Now, under the brand of Diageo. Now, what happened? This just happened in January. So this is February, March, 2 months ago, right? During this time, now you got to think. It says that they settled with him over this, right? Now look, let's read this real quick. It says that an important point I want to make sure people understand. It says the giant, which is cutting ties, They cut ties in January, huh? They cut ties in January. He had a lawsuit with them. Now, mind you, he been had the lawsuit with them before this. But they were battling, so on and so forth. But they decided to go ahead and cut ties with him and settle the legal dispute at this time with him. And it says that they will remain the sole owner. Not the sole owner. I thought Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, was the owner. He's a crisis actor. Thank you. The distraction, because they are actually sex trafficking children everywhere else and doing everything else. And they're showing you these different people and putting them on the forefront so that you'll think that it has something to do with them. Now, check this out. This was a big problem for them because what? It says that they reached a settlement with him, with Sean Combs, after the businessman had accused the company of neglecting the two spirit brands that he co-owned due to his race. So here, I promoted for you guys. I got this Ciroc. Everybody drinking Ciroc. Y'all love it. I got all my people loving it. Y'all made big money. Now I done got my two brands, and y'all don't want to promote my brand. All y'all want to do is get rich off the one that y'all own. And y'all not promote my brand because he had his brand that he wanted to promote, right? So since they didn't want to promote his brand, he was like, wait a minute, y'all doing too much. They ain't going to let you outdo them, because he started promoting his brand, and they know it's probably going to be better than theirs. So Rock might die down, and people going to start drinking that. So of course they don't want to promote you, even though it still would be under the same brand. It would still go against their brand where they're the sole owners, because it shows you right here that they were the sole owners. Now, keep it in mind, we talking about the elites here, right? The ones that lent him money so that he can come in and be in partnership with them for this branding to sell it to the people, putting a spirit on the people, because the spirits, right? We know that we're talking about the spirits, the spirit brand. Okay. Now check this out. I'm trying to stay focused because I want to just go all over, but I'm going to get out of here in a minute because it's going to be real short, but I definitely want to show you guys this. So neglecting the two spirit brands that he co-owned due to race. Not P. Diddy going against the industry, talking about a race issue. Why you do that, Diddy? They about to chop your head off now. What do y'all think? Why y'all think this is happening to this man? See, when he pressed that, when he did the lawsuit, the distractful, that was another distraction. It was something that they wanted him to do, and he didn't want to comply, obviously. So he wanted to break loose. So he said, "Okay, I'm gonna do this lawsuit, and with it being me, I'm gonna say discrimination. I'm probably gonna win." He forget that when you're dealing with these elite shit, they all together. You're not gonna go over their head and think that you're gonna do a lawsuit and you go, they did Puffy so wrong. These people are horrible. How dare you think that you can put them down and get away with it when they the ones that put you up and pump you up in more ways than one, I'm sure. Right? Very Gordy, so on and so forth, having parts of ownership with that as well. The name being under some type of trust, I'm pretty dang sure, because it's a corp. I mean, come on, guys, you got to think. So when it comes to that, they use that as a distraction, right? Because what they're doing is now making an example out of him. You can't go against us. You lost your mind? So what they probably did was reach out to the girlfriend. Okay, you tired of being with him? Now we got your back. All you got to do is do this lawsuit. Once you do this lawsuit, which I believe she had left him, if I'm not mistaken, but they reached out to her because she had been with him so long she could witness and tell so many things. Now he did a lawsuit against them, probably publicly shaming them. So now they're going to publicly shame him. So now they reach out to Cassie. This is my theory. Okay, this is just me seeing what I see. They reach out to Cassie. Hey, we need you to do a lawsuit against this man, right? I know you was with him for 10 years and you went along with everything he did, and you probably were drugged and doped up and all this stuff, but you still did, and you stayed there for 10 years. But either way, we're going to help you. We want you to do a lawsuit against him. He publicly shamed us, so now it's time to publicly shame him, and we're going to really show him how to do it. We're going to show him how it's done, because, they can do it real good, right? So they had to put him to shame because he said he had the nerve to let me share this tab. I don't think I was even sharing this with y'all. I was just talking because I was trying to hurry up and do this real quick. I'm so sorry, guys, but still, this is the dispute that was settled. So he tried to shame them by saying that they were racist and not promoting him after they had pumped him up, given him everything, so on and so forth, backed him, and blah blah blah. Now you got the nerve to want to take us to court and shame us. Okay, we're gonna get up with your girl and we're gonna get her to shame you, and then everything else gonna follow, because once that happens, everybody else gonna come forward too. You already know what happens. You know what goes down. They run the rules for however they want it. They had to turn it around. So now, after all of this, he's being exposed. Why are you being exposed? Because you ran your mouth and talked too much. Going to a courtroom, going against us. That's the whole deal. You none of this was really, going on. We've been hearing about Puffy since what? I don't remember how long. Years. Even around the Tupac time, we knew he was a pervert. The little boy that he had, that nothing happened with his career and he just disappeared. We never heard nothing about him. Then another little boy, then Justin Bieber, then Usher. He's always tampered with children. Always. So in the sense of that, this time, right? Now it becomes a big thing. Now they're so concerned about him because, oh, what happened? Because one person, Cassie, said something. So somebody had to be backing her for that to be even valid. Right? Had to. So what's going on right now? People are being distracted because these people are bringing all these immigrants in. They're bringing the immigrants in so they can start sex trafficking them. They're keeping it on the low because they don't want you to know what's going on. These people are being funded by Department of Human Services, being shipped all over the country so they can perform sexual acts and get paid for it. And they have handlers. And I just showed you the other video where it was showing you all these different officers, military police, and all these other people that are involved in these sex rings and things. Yeah. I just want to tell you guys that don't be too distracted by nonsense. We don't care about Puppy anyway, do we? Do we even care about Puppy? We don't care about Puppy. He don't care about nobody. I don't remember any type of community center he built. I can't recall anything that I've heard about anything great he's done. So yeah, I don't know. But either way, let's continue to then can still represent that company in the previous lawsuit. I remember hearing that he had connections to that company. I just found it ironic that the same lawyer showed up to represent Cassie. Oh, really? Oh, see, sis, I'm psychic here. You hear me? No, let me stop. Y'all already know I already be knowing. But sis, no. Send me. Dang, it's probably an old article. You probably don't know where it's at, but That's just what I seen. I just seen it clear as day. I said, oh, this is why this what happened. I said they must have got the girl Cassie to go against him because he shamed them. That's why I did this build real quick. I see what happened. I said, oh, they had to shame him because he shamed him. Now they showed him, you spanked us on the behind, we gonna spank you 20 times. Wow, that's crazy, brother. You ain't never mentioned that. We gotta chat about that. Exactly. Since we don't give a dang. Why is it? Oh, everybody. Oh my gosh, Diddy did this. Oh, he flew off to Antigua. Who cares? He didn't even fly off. The man was in the airport. They was just going there getting evidence. They didn't go to arrest him or nothing like that. I mean, come on. You would have seen pictures talking about most wanted. It's not that serious. It's just his buddies, all his pumping partners that he been dealing with for years. They've turned on him now because he publicly shamed them. Right? That's all. Just want you guys to see that because it's real crazy. All right, I'm gonna get ready to end it on that. I was gonna show you a couple more things, but that's gonna probably drag the conversation on because I want to add more to it. But just keeping in mind all this stuff that's going on, guys. They are still trafficking children and women and men, young boys. Yeah. Yeah, they distracting you because while they talking about, oh, they got all these immigrants coming in, people say, oh, they bring these people in, they giving them our money. That money ain't worth shit. They can get them $20,000, da da da. That money is worth nothing, y'all. And by the next year, they still ain't gonna be worth nothing. They can have $1 million, they're gonna be broke. I mean, seriously, y'all think it's a game because y'all still believe in operating with this fiat, believe that it's really worth something. Yes, he is a monster. Yes, he is a demonic soul. They even did. I seen a clip of they were at I think it was the Grammys, the latest Grammys from like 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, whenever that was. They were showing a clip, and he was sitting there looking strange. So you know, with Puffy, he be smiling, people be all around him. Man, he had like 3 security around him, right? When the security was around him, nobody else was there, guys. Nobody was recognized. Everybody walked. Flavor Flav like walked by him, right? Stood. He was at the table, so it was another table, right? When people were standing at the table, Flavor Flav walked past him, came back, kind of stood in front of him, but at the table talking to the lady or whatever. Never even spoke to him. Didn't even turn around. Like, oh, what's up, Puff? None of that. Nobody was speaking to him. Nobody said a word to him. They ignored him like he was a ghost. They let him know you dead. It's over. Literally. I've seen that in a 1 minute clip. They were like, oh, nobody's recognizing Puffy something. I'm looking like, well, they're not recognizing because they're showing him performing the ritual that it's a wrap for him. It's over. His career is done. They looking at him as a ghost. He don't even exist. Literally, if you, I wish I would have saved that video. But literally, you could see it when Flavor Flav walked past him and came back, stood, turned his back to him. He literally stood, turned his back on him, like you ain't even there. You nobody. Yeah, letting you know. I'm telling y'all, these people wicked. They real wicked. They need them. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's all. That's what they using it for. That's the trafficking, sis. The trafficking is the commerce. The commerce is the birth certificate and the social. Remember? That's what commerce is. That's the money. That's the trust. They set up the trust in there and they hold them. I told you guys last year. That's the electoral. When you hear about voting, like people know, oh, go to the poll, arguing about who should vote, who shouldn't vote. Should you go to the poll or don't go to the poll? That don't count. It's all electoral votes. Electoral, who are elected to vote. The ones that whose vote counts, the immigrants, the people they bring in to be on their side. He is the sacrifice. Exactly. He's the sacrificial lamb, brother. He's the sacrificial lamb. And he put himself in that position by trying to go against them. So they're like, hey, we're going to take you. Y'all know who else next, right? I'm going to put it in the chat. I ain't going to say it, but I'm going to put it in the chat. He's next. Mark my words. He the next one gone. He the next one gone. Why you think it's been in clips coming out talking about different things with his wife, the girl, Beyonce, saying that she's being drugged. This is why the sister was fighting him in the elevator because he been drugging her and doing this and that to her. That y'all think it's a game out here. Y'all think it's a game out here. Beyonce, right? Bay, what they call her, Bay, Bey, Bay, not Bay, like B, like you'll be like, hey Bay, like Bay, you'd be like, hey, that's my Bay. No, they call her Bay, Bey. That's what? That's the more, right? You know she's related to Queen Elizabeth, right? Y'all know Beyonce's related to Queen Elizabeth, right? By blood, right? You also know that they have that what they call her Queen Bee. Remember that represents the Cherokee. It was a nation called the Beehive, and she has that name trying to represent the Cherokee, which is the Bay. And how many times I told y'all that Bay represents the Cherokees. The Moors are the 5 tribes. I ain't gonna even get into all that. Oh yeah. You said he been exempt. They gonna get him. He next. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I don't want to talk too much about this entertainment. It's such a waste of time, but I definitely want to remind you guys not to be distracted. I definitely want to remind you guys that all the perversity going on is against the children. Keep our children in good thought, even the other children that don't belong to us. All children are innocent. And it's just crazy how they are doing this and how the governmental system, the Department of Human Services is actually funding it, paying for the trips for these people to be sex trafficked. And it's been proven. They definitely Yep. Yep. All these people. They gonna get just what they want though, just what they asking for. Here goes the sacrificial lamb. He put himself up for an offering when he went to the courthouse, and this is what he get. He wanted to play a game. When you playing games, you never know how it's gonna end. You might think you starting off the winner, but you could lose very, very, very quickly. That's why it's not good to play games. Peace, love, and bliss to everybody. You guys have a good evening. Be blissful and bountiful. Make sure you're soaring your dreams this evening. Pull something back that you could use for your future tomorrow, if possible. Be in tune with yourself so that you are connected to this ether and being able to use it and harness it in the best ways. All right. Peace and bliss.